Helldivers, it's your boy, the Good Sir Knight, and I have to say, Dynamite enjoyers have been eating good, and the Dynamite haters have been very, very quiet since the patch notes dropped. So go ahead, grab yourself a nice cafe latte or coffee of your choice, and of course, your trusty Laz 85 Talon Banana Blaster. And let's go over some patch notes, shall we? So, into the Unjust 4.1.0, the update everyone waited for because we were skipping over the war bonds for Arrowhead to fix their game. So last night this dropped, I got it downloaded. It was a very large patch, and I jumped in. I had buddy Schwenya, he joined me, and him and I did a little duo to test it out. We went up to difficulty 7 because my PC was having, well, everyone's PC was starting to have trouble after like difficulty 6. So you're kind of capped in difficulty because the lag and stutter and everything got really, really bad. So we did 7, just me and him. He did the recoilless rifle anti-tank. I took the stalwart for anti-fodder. And yeah, just the two of us. We absolutely bodied the mission. It was almost deathless, except he may have blown me up once. That was detrimental to success. So patch notes. We got through it. Everything ran really smooth. There was like one little bit of lag frame drop. Not like the game slowing down, but just the computer being like, that's a lot of explosions. So, freedom's greetings, Helldivers. Release Captain Morris here. Coming to you this Democratic Thursday with an update from High Command. So yeah, this dropped Thursday night for my local time, which is why we only had enough time to get in like a couple games before I had to get the kids to bed. So we did get some gameplay in. After Schwenya joined, we had Griff the Proto. He joined us for a couple missions, and Mr. Doji showed up right as I was getting off. So unfortunately, we almost had a full squad to do like the real testing, but I had to go. So this update focuses on what matters the most, making Helldivers 2 feel better to play, or play in general and not break your computer. We've overhauled how we approach patching to better target the pain points you've shared with us. This means focus on stability, balance. We'll talk about the balance in a bit. The stability is important, like we know about that. The balancing is a little funky and issues affecting your experience the most. Over 200 bugs have been fixed. That's a lot. Along with key balance updates and quality of life improvements from a deeper look in Nicola's video. Yeah. Well, new features are coming. This patch makes a big step forward, both in the game itself and how we work to improve it. More refinements are already underway. Good. Very good. General changes. Primary sidearms, throwables, and stratagems. Now, this is interesting. There's a lot of good stuff going on with the primaries. Improvements made to reduce the overall effectiveness of primary weapons, sidearms, throwables, stratagems. Light versus medium pen. Now, this is a interesting point because I've been very adamant about my love for light penetration weapons, and everyone has generally called them useless. So when I was playing a match not too long ago with one guy, he had his stock Liberator. And he was like, I don't know, man, fighting bots with this Liberator, it ain't it. So I went ahead, I dropped my Deadeye, I picked up his stock Liberator, level 1, and proceeded to land incredible headshots on all the Berserkers and the friggin' Devastators, blasting through the fodder, easy, quick reloads. I think the base Liberator is fantastic, but a lot of people hated it because, well, A, you get new shiny stuff right away, and new and shiny is always better, and B, you also had issues with the, whatchamacallit, people being like, oh, light pen, we need medium pen to at least kill stuff, because, you know, I don't want to walk around the hive guard and have to shoot him in the back. I should just be able to shoot him through the front. And you can. There's gaps in the armor. It's a bit of a pain, but you can make it work. The only thing I've really had trouble with was the Scout Strider, because getting behind it to shoot the driver, which should be easy, is not. That thing is very mobile and a huge pain in the booty, so you have to throw like strafing runs, or you can shoot the leg out with a light pen. It's challenging because it's like a stick. But yeah, so light pen now has more distinctive advantages. I am on record as stating light pen should do more damage as a higher risk reward. I can't punch through the armor, but I should do absolutely insane, devastating damage to weak points. So, the light pen weapons generally do a higher percentage of total damage against durable enemies. So yeah, they hit harder. They just don't punch through armor. So medium pen, You don't gotta aim as much. You'll still burn through more ammo aiming poorly, and light pen will all bounce off unless you get the critical hits. Medium pen will still do damage, but even if you get the weak point, you're not doing as much damage as light pen. Makes sense, right? Higher risk reward. Light pen weapons are generally easier to use, have all sorts of benefits. We're going to talk about that. Submachine guns and pistols. This was an interesting one. Submachine guns and pistols adjusted to emphasize the role as close quarters weapons. Close range damage has been increased, and damage fall off has been increased. So, a submachine gun, generally in first person shooter games and PvP, your submachine gun just shreds at point blank. Very little recoil, tons of bullets on target, faster than the other person. Even with identical aim, you're getting more bullets at a higher damage, even a decent amount of damage out at the same time. You're going to defeat them with sheer number of bullets before they can defeat you if you have the same armor rating. So it does pretty good work. And here they're doing more damage instead of faster rate of fire. So yeah, melee weapons, they did slow down the combat hatchet, which I'm not a fan of, but they did accurately define it as medium armor pen, and they actually give statistics on how much damage it does, which is a lot more than the saber, but the saber's faster. Alright, so melee weapons and throwables. Yeah, we got that. So melee weapons have been improved. Yeah, it's a little bit. The throwables, we're gonna talk a lot about Dynamite, don't you worry. The resupply rack is no longer climbable. Now this is almost as bad as when they stopped letting us warp out of Pelican 1 with the warp packs. Being able to climb the resupply pack was generally an issue for people because they'd run up to it and be like, oh, I wanted my resupply. No, but it gave you a climbable surface. Now you gotta use like sentries and stuff to do the same thing. Which is unfortunate, but it's not the end of climbables. It just means you gotta use like a sentry. But it is unfortunate nonetheless, because that was a good way to get on top of buildings and reach stuff that was a pain in the booty. So, captured on PS5. So, primary weapons. I'm playing the ODST card, very heavy. Punisher Plasma. Now, projectile decreased from 100 to 0, because the explosion rate damage got increased by 75 points. So, a bit less damage, but generally the projectile, I think it technically exploded before it hit the target anyway, so this was kind of like a worthless 100 points of damage that you were just missing out on. And now it actually does that. Although the Punisher Plasma is the, like, arc launching one that's a pain to hit stuff with. I'm not particularly a fan, but it could, honestly, it could just be a skill issue. I could probably do a bit more work with it and get it under control, but... Slugger, the slug launching Punisher. Damage increased from 280 to 330, 50 more points. Durable damage increased by another 15, so it breaks armor a bit faster. Medium pen, pretty good. Good against bots. I don't use it too much, but I think it's good. Stock Liberator, damage increased from 80 to 90, 10 more points of damage. Not a lot, but pretty cool. Durable damage increased from 15 to 22, so it's going to break stuff a bit faster, which is nice. Liberator Carbine, same concept. Liberator Penetrator, up by 5 points of damage. As you see now, it does 25 points less of damage. Instead of, well, like, what was that? 20 to 25? Yeah, so it still hits a little bit less hard, but Liberator Penetrator, still not bad. The Concussive is now up 10 more points of damage, a bit more durable damage. Light Pen, the Get Back, Get Down assault rifle. Tenderizer, durable damage decreased from 22 to 30, so same amount of damage. I think it's 105, if I'm remembering off the top of my head. But a little bit more durable damage. Pacifier does 5 more points of damage. It's medium pen, doesn't hit very hard. The stun value per projectile has gone up by 0.5, so it will stun a bit faster and quicker. Very useful on elevated overseers, because making them not move around as much makes us get easier headshots. And even if it's not a lot of damage, it doesn't take a lot of headshots, and it's very low recoil. Good. SMG 37 Defender. Now, I've never been too keen on the submachine guns outside of like the Knight, because they had a lot of bullet fall off, and they didn't have the same range. Similar rates of fire, similar damage. Now it went from 80 to 100. It hits harder than your assault rifles, but the damage fall off is incredible. Durable damage increased by another 10 points, so it's going to do a lot more. It's not going to do as much durable damage as assault rifles, but it hits harder, and the drag was increased, so it's going to be a little wonkier. Knight 70 to 90, so up with the same as the Liberator. It's got a stupid rate of fire, so that's fine. 7 to 18 durable and a little bit more drag. Reprimand got 10 more points of damage. The Reprimand's already kind of cracked. It's already an insane submachine gun, so. Oh no. SMG again. They all got all the submachine guns got their drag increased by like 100%. So Pummeler 70 to 85. This is like your stagger submachine guns. This is like the concussive version of a submachine gun. Durability 7 to 18. Stun value now 15 to 2. So this will also like stop stuff in their tracks, like the pacifier. So it makes getting the headshots easier for you or your team or people using heavier hitting guns. That's a bit heavier though. That's pretty cool. Sickle increased from 50 to 60. Not a lot. I felt like the sickle could use a bit more damage. Durable damage increased from 5 to 6. The sickle's fine. I felt like lasers should do more durable damage anyway, but c'est la vie. The MA5C assault rifle is now up from 80 to 90, so it does a good chunk more damage to sort of compensate for its position with no fire damage. They're making it a bit more viable against the Coyote. M7S submachine gun, the Halo submachine gun, damage from 70 to 80, a bit more durable damage. STA-11 submachine gun, the one everyone got for free, 70 to 90, good. More durable damage, same drag. Plaz 39 accelerator rifle, the sniper that I'll never see anyone use. 8 to 12 spare magazines, which is significant because this thing had huge ammo problems and ergonomics increase, so it's a bit easier to use. Note! They do not mention the Coyote at all because they said they weren't touching it, and props to them for keeping their word. The Coyote remains insane, which is why everything's been being buffed up to sort of make it more viable against the Coyote. So the Halo assault rifle doing more damage means I'll hit a bit harder than the Coyote, which is nice. Pretty nice. But yeah, the damage buffs are great. Sidearms. Saber went from 110 to 125. Durable damage up by 10, up to 65. Combat Hatchet from 110, same as the Saber, to 160. Brothers say less. I love the Combat Hatchet. Durable damage increased from 50 to 80, so it does great damage against armor and everything. And attack speed has been slightly reduced. Not a fan of that. I like the but I guess it makes more it makes a bit more sense. Saber, yeah, that makes sense. Balance, quick flick of the wrist sort of weapon. The machete. Durable damage increased from 170 to 200. It now hits as hard as the Talon. Durable damage increased from 80 to 100. So yeah, the machete is just beefier than all the other ones, but it is a sort of weapon, so it makes sense. Peacemaker, 10 more points of damage, which is nice. The Peacemaker's kind of been underwhelming. I could give props to the Liberator as a cool assault rifle, but the Peacemaker, it's hard to really defend. It's very, very basic. Durable damage from 25 to 30. P19 Redeemer, 60 to 70. Nice. 10 more points of damage for your little mini submachine gun. Bit more durable. Verdict, damage increased from 125 to 135. An extra 10 points to make it a bit better. The Verdict was fine. I think the little bit extra damage makes it closer to the Talon. Talon still being 200. The M60 SOCOM, damage increased by 10 more points, so it hits a bit harder. I don't know if the suppression's been fixed, because it wasn't. You could shoot something and everything would be alerted anyway. I had a similar problem with throwing knives. If the throwing knife hit and didn't kill, it would like immediately call reinforcements, like Metro 2033 before the patch. P92 Warrant, drag decreased from 0.3 to 0. Gravity multiplier decreased from 1 to 0.3, so the bullets fly better. Nice. Notice they don't mention the beloved Talon Banana Blaster. I don't believe, because of how it functions as a laser weapon, I don't believe it's going to have the similar damage fall off the other weapons are going to. Wait a minute. I'm noticing they don't have the it's not in the patch notes. I noticed this. The Senator, P4 Senator, isn't in the patch notes. It does 225 damage now. So not only is it heavy pen, but now it actually hits harder than the Talon. But I think the damage fall off might be the balancing factor because I don't think the Talon has the same fall off because it's a cool laser single action army. Throwables. TED 63 Dynamites. Damage increased from 700 to 1,000. Beautiful. Armor penetration increased from medium to heavy. It is now actually dynamite. Demolition strength increased from 30 to 40. This is key because previously if you threw it next to a fabricator or next to a bug hole and not directly in the vent or into the bug hole, it didn't do nothing. 40 means that you can drop it next to, not even on, next to the fabricator or next to the bug hole. So instead of going into the ditch and throwing it in each bug hole, you can now stand on top of the ditch, drop it on top of it, and it will destroy the bug hole. I did test that yesterday. It is fantastic. Stagger increased from 30 to 40, so it really messes with stuff. Uses decreased from 4 to 3. This kind of makes sense because now it is insanely powerful, as it should have been. So, as Managed Democracy's strongest dynamite enjoyer, this is very happy news to me. And everyone who talked bad and talked down at my dynamite is now they've been real quiet. I haven't heard nothing from them since this patch came out. Real quiet. Pineapple grenades, shrapnel increased from 7 to 18, so a lot more. Demolition strength on the main explosion up from 20 to 30, so it blows up a few more things. Inner radius of shrapnel increased from 1 to 2.5 meters, very nice. Damage on shrapnel increased from 70 to 100. Remove lifetime on shrapnel, so it flies a lot farther. Shrapnel from the shrapnel explosion decreased from 6 to 0. So, it works a lot different. Who was, I think Schwenya was carrying them. He threw a few out and they were pretty cool. Bit more pop pop pop, if you know what I mean. Seekers, this is a huge upgrade because seeker grenades are interesting. So higher priority for flying enemies because people mostly use these to go after flying overseers and gunships is your main two uses because it will destroy both and they are both very annoying. So being able to take them out with a one quick chuck of a grenade is great. Highest target priority for marked targets. So if you really want the secret grenade to blow up something instead of just going out randomly, you target it, you ping it first and it goes off. Damage increased from 400 to 500. Great. Frag grenade. G6 frag grenade now increased from 5 to 6 uses. So you get one more, which is nice. That brings it closer to the whatchamacallit, the firework, the firecracker. I know the word for it. It's totally a firework. Incendiary firecracker. Yeah, so that gives it the same number of uses, but as a frag grenade, which is cool. Less fire, more boom. Smoke. You get one more smoke grenade. IRL, I love smoke grenades. The smoke grenades in Helldivers too, they're going to need a little more love. Like a bigger poof or something. Throwing knives. Damage increased from 250 to 300, which is great. So now if you throw a throwing knife at something, it should actually kill it instead of just sort of make it go, ow, what was that? And require a second. Durable damage up from 100 to 150. Cool. The Scorcher. Plasma projectiles now pass through foliage without losing velocity. I didn't know that was a thing. Glad it's fixed. Stratagems. We see our infamous Epoch here. Epoch, Plas 45 Epoch. Duration until explosion increased from 3 to 3.25 seconds. Cool. Delayed muzzle charge effect by 0.5 seconds. Now appears the projectile is overcharged, improving visibility of the charge state. I'll take your word for it. I haven't used the Epoch in a very long time. Damage on standard projectile explosion increased from 400 to 500. Cool. Demolition strength increased to 30. That's interesting. Can it close bug holes? I don't know. I haven't tested it. That's on the list of things to give a run. M105 Stalwart. Damage increased to match the Liberator. Same with the durable damage. The Flam 40 Flamethrower. The big support weapon one. Canister capacity increased again from 130 to 150. That is a very large tank. It used to be 100. I was there. I remember. Starting canisters increased from 2 to 3. Max spare canisters increased from 4 to 5. It has a lot more. I've never ran out of ammo with the flamethrower. Now there's even more ammo. But there's a bit of a reason for that. We'll get to it momentarily. APW-1 Anti-Material Rifle. Durable damage increased from 180 to 225, making it far more viable. Starting magazines from 4 to 5, and max spare magazines from 6 to 8. That's great, because this is a gun I did run out of ammo frequently on. But I do like the anti-material rifle. Pretty great. Now, AC-8 autocannon. For all of my fellow autocannon enjoyers, one of the most Helldiver weapons in the game. Damage increased from 260 to 325. It finally hits as hard as it feels like it should hit. 260, it didn't feel like it was doing much. 325 means it actually hits harder than the Deadeye. Deadeye hits for 300, which is great. It'll one-shot overseers in the head, so if you're good with an autocannon, one-shot overseers in the head. Which is great, because they're annoying. I don't like overseers. Flying ones. Bunch of... I can't say it for YouTuber stream, but you know what word I'm thinking. GL52 De-Escalator. Damage, the electric grenade launcher. Damage increased from 55 to 100. Cool. Durable damage increased from 55 to 70. Great. Does the arc damage work the way it's supposed to now in multiplayer? I don't know. Something to look forward to. MS-11 Solo Silo. This is a pretty big one. Health increased from 800 to 1500, so it's significantly harder to blow up, which was very easy earlier. Enemies will not attack it. Previously, they treated it as a sentry. If they saw your solo silo, they were on a mission from God to destroy it. So now they'll leave it alone. Which means you can put it somewhere, and unless it's like directly in the line of fire, they'll just walk around it, leave it alone. Demolition strength. Increased demolition strength needs to destroy it, so it doesn't blow up as easy if you hit it with an explosive. Otherwise, cool. You can take out factory striders more reliably without running to the factory strider, pointing your laser at it, and then nothing happening because the silo was destroyed and you didn't know. So, haha. Orbital rail cannon strike decreased from 210 to 180. Better, but I don't think enough to get people to bring it. When it was 60 seconds, it was peak. I think 120 seconds is the maximum I would give it if I was going to take it to use it for anything. 180 is still, what, one use every 3 minutes? It's not enough. It's just not enough. Now, if there's two Bile Titans, I can kill one, and then I don't think I could run for 180 seconds. EXO-45 Patriot Exosuit. My unpopular opinion of the best exosuit. The autocannons are cool on the Emancipator, but I've liked the Patriot because everyone's like, we need a Gatling gun stratagem. I'm like, my brother in Managed Democracy, the Gatling gun is on the exosuit, but I want my autocannons. Okay, straw man argument I'm using to destroy you with this argument against myself to look good on the internet. Missile armor penetration in worse angles increased from 6640 to 6650. Okay, that's cool. The rotary gun ammo, our Gatling gun, increased from 1,000 to 1,350. Those extra shots matter because I brought it on a mission and it had a lot more staying power with that extra ammo. I was able to destroy a lot more bugs. Enemies, the goal to make light and medium armor-piercing weapons equally effective against certain enemy types by adjusting their durable damage and durable resistance values. Flesh mobs. They were a pain when they first came out. Everyone sort of found ways to deal with them, so I don't think they really needed any tweaking. Because I thought they were good now, because you can take them out with grenade launchers and stuff pretty easy, but targeting the faces does extra damage to its main health. So now there's actually a reason to sort of like jump around with your submachine guns and assault rifles. Max health decreased by 1,000. It was a little high, but it wasn't like unfathomable. The Wasp did insane work against these. Most health zones are slightly more durable. Okay. Slightly less vulnerable to fire to balance health decrease. I mean, I'm guessing they're still going to burn pretty well. I think the Coyote still can take him out in under half a mag, so. But yeah, I guess they're less vulnerable because, yeah, it's 1,000 less hit points, so adjust their fire vulnerability to sort of make them take the similar amount of burn time if you're not gunning them down with a submachine gun. Cool. Elevated Overseers. I hated these guys, so watching them get nerfed feels good, but at the same time, I feel like we're being denied a bit of the challenge. The main problem wasn't that they were like tanky and problematic. The problem was they would sometimes get the luckiest XCOM rolls in the world, and they would get all like 7 shots right here. So the first 2 shots take your head off, especially in like light armor, and then you watch the rest of the rounds go straight through where your head was, and you're from a distance, you're like, oh, I hate these guys. I've had the similar problem with the machine gun raiders and the conflagration devastators, whose shotgun is more of a sniper rifle, to where even the fire resistant armor didn't save you from the ballistic blunt force of a shotgun grouping about that big at 80 meters with perfect accuracy. Made health decrease from 600 to 450. Alright, good. Easier to kill. Head health increased from 150 to 200. I could still take it out with the Dead Eye, but might be a bit trickier with like the amendment. Head zone armor decreased from 3 to 2, so their armor is a bit weaker. Easier to get the headshots. Torso health decreased from 600 to 450, which means it'll be easier to bring down with autocannons and anti-material rifles. Arm health decreased from 300 to 250. I'm not terribly interested in their arms, but okay. Slight increase on how easy they are to set on fire. Now this is interesting, because I've set elevated overseers on fire before, and the fire doesn't seem to do anything. They just kind of glow. I guess it does some damage over time, but it was never enough to like save my life. I know the Watchers are really fire resistant, being robots or whatever. I don't know. They could burn forever. They will not die. Leviathan, now equipped with beam-based weaponry. That's a interesting solution to the big old unstoppable plasma cannons. Beams are a bit easier to see where they're coming from and get away from, like harvesters. Leviathans will not show up in missions outside of cities. I thought they were fun to fight in the open. I mean, they could get you in a real pickle if you were really open, but I don't know. They were fun. I would vote to revert that. Just have them as a fun challenge. The laser weapon seems like it makes it a lot more fair, so I don't see a reason for them not to be outside cities. Terminids, the Dragon Roach. The Rupture Strain. They said it would be back. It's back. Updated textures on all Rupture Strain enemies for better readability. Nice. They were kind of like big brown blobs from my memory. Movement speed while underground has been decreased for the Rupture Warrior, which makes sense because there's like dirt and not open air between them and where they're going, so you got to get the dirt out of the way. There's a bit more, I guess, dirt resistance instead of wind resistance. Needs to surface more often when moving underground. I mean, I guess they have to breathe. It makes sense. Its burrow attack is slightly slower to leave more space to be dodged, so you're not getting unavoidable damage as host. Nice. Smaller damage boxes when attacking from below, so easier to get away from. They won't swing at the air and kill you. Front leg armor decreased from 3 to 2. Great, make them easier to destroy. We'll prefer to emerge before attacking turrets instead of destroying them from below ground. Yeah, these things made sentries useless. Every sentry. Because they would just crawl up to it and they'd pop up and hit it, and I'd usually destroy it. And if that didn't, there was a conga line of them, so one of them was going to get it anyway. So having them pop up before attacking the sentry gives the sentry a little time to defend itself, which is nice. Rupture Spewer, return the timing of how fast it starts to act from when it would unburrows. Yeah, this thing was like, pew, pop, 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 pew. That was it. That was your whole chance to hit it while you were dodging those 3 projectiles. So if they fix the timing, I'll have yet to see it, but I'm excited. Bile Spewer Variation. Increased size of the mouth weak point. Cool. Brood Commander, slightly harder to set on fire. This is why they're giving you more flamethrower ammo. They're going to make it harder to burn these guys. Which, I mean, they'll burn. They will burn. It's just going to be a bit harder. Warrior, slightly harder to set on fire. Bruh. Slight durable increase in head and body. And that's fine. They weren't that durable to begin with. Dragon Roach spawn rate decreased up to 50%. Between 50% and 33% on difficulties, so you don't get one. You won't get one immediately after you destroy the other. Destruction of rings results in instant termination of the Dragon Roach, which means you can now bring down a Dragon Roach with nothing more than a base Liberator. You just gotta shred the wings, which is fine. I guess the flat cannon with auto, well, yeah, the flat cannon with the or the auto cannon with flak shells. My bad. Will actually shred these pretty well now. In theory, I'll have to see it with my own 2 eyes, but we'll see. Bile spewers, slightly harder to set on fire. We're seeing that a lot, ain't we? Bugs are supposed to be very flammable. They're literally made out of E710. Larger body parts are slightly more durable. Yeah, bile spewers, they're annoying. It's fine. Hive Lord, increased performance during Hive Lord encounters. Pretty vague, but I'll take your word for it. Automatons, base alarm. Automaton troopers will require better visual confirmation before calling in reinforcements instead of calling them in immediately. Which is a shame, because I like firing the airburst rocket launcher at a base and watching them immediately send up a flare. Then their reinforcements going way out there so I could assault a entirely different base. And now their reinforcements are on cooldown. Ah! So it's going to make it a bit harder for them to call in the alarm, but that's fine. It might be more useful in the open, but it was a fun exploitable strategy. We'll have to work around it. Devastators, slightly harder to put on fire. Why are the robots flame retardant now? I don't know. Large body parts, slightly more durable. That's fine. Devastators, it's a quick 2 or 3 shots to the head. They're down anyway. Command bunker, no longer ragdolls, which will make it a bit less devastating to fight a command bunker unless it hits you directly. Factory strider, less vulnerable to set on fire. I generally don't get close enough to one with a flamethrower. I mean, occasionally, if I got a good opening and I can maneuver via cover, but usually I feel like I only see factory striders when they're in the wide open and I don't want to be in front of their Gatling guns. So cool. War Strider, this is a big one. The War Strider now shoots 2 fewer grenades per salvo. Not 2 grenades, 2 fewer. So instead of 16, you're getting like 14 grenades. More importantly, shoots grenades less often. This thing was a freaking grenade spam machine. Like, if you thought early rocket devastators were unstoppable with their infinite ammo, this thing was, my god. Boonk! Pew 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 pew! Boonk! Pew 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 pew! Boonk! It's like, good god, man, calm down! Removed ragdolling from projectile explosion. I usually just died, unless I was far enough away, which I tried to stay far enough away, but, you know, ragdoll, whatever. Added weak spots. Added weak spots, aim for the eyes and the vents on the back. So the vents finally do something, which is good. And the eyes, you can now, much like a Factory Strider and stuff, or the Hulk, you can shoot the eyes and bring them down. These are heavy, heavy penetration level of armor, so you could punch through them with the heavy machine gun, but it took a lot of ammo because there was no weak point. So I'm guessing the heavy machine gun, anti-material rifle, rail gun, and all those cool things will now be significantly more useful against the War Strider, which is good. Scout Strider, armored top shield is more durable. Okay, I kind of hate those things anyway, but, you know, still punch through with the anti-material rifle in one shot, hopefully. Stratagems, fix an issue where Helldivers are unable to call down stratagems in Operation Nuke Nursery Cave Mission. Okay. Fixed issue with B-100 portable hell bomb stratagem, sometimes falling on cave roofs and destroy lung mission. Okay. I usually just called it out away from the cave, but, I mean, there were parts where you could call it into the cave, but they got stuck on the roof. I've had it happen to me, I understand. That's a nice fix. Fixed issue with a drill objective stratagem, sometimes landing in unattended places, such as on top of caves and the Nuke Nursery Hive World mission. Cool. Players can now stay aiming down sights when activating the Lift 860 hover pack. Stay aiming down sights? I was just aimed in after I jumped, but that sounds interesting. Crashes. Fixed a rare crash occurring when fighting Illuminates. Fixed crash when hot joining and readying up before other hot joiners. Fixed crash occurring when player would rejoin multiple times. Fixed crash caused by Eagle 1. Fixed rare bug Eagle 1 would never be removed from the game session, causing crashes. Fixed rare crash bug that happened when spawning in groups of enemies. I have felt... I did used to be able to feel the lag spike when enemies were spawning in. Fixed crash affecting Helldivers trying to lean out from a vehicle. Wild. Fixed a crash that would happen when scrolling through the weapon customization menu. I feel like a lot of people were complaining about that. I didn't have it, fortunately, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Fixed a crash that would happen during game shutdown. I had the game have to be stopped a few times, but you know, that's cool. I do think fixing the crashes is very, very important. Hopefully, this means they fixed potential PC breaking issues, which would be nice. Weapons, fixed armor penetration value for the hatchet, stun baton, lance, saber, true flag, and poplar grenade now displays as medium instead of light. Cool. Kind of figured, but you know, kind of figured it was medium pen, but it makes sense. It's nice to have it spelled out. Improved initial bullet alignment when while strafing and riding in vehicles. Cool. Move the first person camera further away from the silo targeting designated scope. Yeah, the dude did hold the scope like right here. Like you think, okay, targeting scope, you would have, let me make a reticule here. That's like your targeting scope window. You would want it to be like here, you know? Middle of the screen, pretty decent. That thing was like here. It was all up in your face. And you had the movement to make it a nightmare. So that's a great, great quality of life improvement. Fix the weapon reload animations in seeking when wielding armor passes. You have faster reload speed. Yeah. You'd think they just increase the speed of it, but that's nice. I did feel the desync a couple times. I don't wear the armor often. With a couple times I did wear it was noticeable. The FAF-14 spear can now lock onto anti-air turrets. Nice. That'll make it a bit more viable. Fix projectiles hitting directly center of sights with extremely close to objects. Okay. Haptics feedback is now present throughout firing the Flam 40 flamethrower stratagem. Haptics. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what haptics mean. Actually, let me look it up. What are haptics? Haptics feedback. Does that sound like the hit marker, right? Haptics. Meaning the use of technology that simulates the sense of touch and motion. Mode operation is to be felt by the user. Okay, so the flamethrower feels more real? Okay. I'll grab a flamethrower and try it out later. Miscellaneous. Fixed a bug where Hive Lord body pots were not spawned properly. Fixed an instance where Helldivers couldn't rejoin previous host. Fixed a bug. Let's see. Progress from the loadout. Fixed a bug where the Lift 182 warp pack would sometimes get stuck, suspended in the air, or crash. Weird. Fixed adrenal defibrillator passing animation bug. Fixed disconnect issue with joining a solo player with 3 cross-platform players. Weird. Fixed mesh clipping for the arms and some animations. Alright. I think that might be Epoch related, because the Epoch did have the canister jam into the dude's hand while loading, which was weird. Reduce the chance of extraction shuttle clipping through terrain. It was pretty funny. It made people mad, but it was pretty funny. Fix the flickering bug on the avatar when the Helldiver gets affected by mud or snow. Huh. I don't think I saw that. Oh, no, I did see that before. We were kind of like warp in and out. Cool, cool. Fixed a bug hole covered by terrain in one of the CR-10 Mega Nest. Cool. Rupture warriors can no longer destroy destroyable turrets while still underground. Yep, that was a huge pain in the booty. Fixed an issue. The front door of the Gator could become inaccessible. Never seen it, but the Gator's cool. I like driving it. I like trucking. Fixed a rare issue where the player could be disconnected. They are part of a mixed platform, 3-person lobby, and so due to poor network connections. I'm hoping my buddy Cliff Bar Bandit, this was what was affecting him, and me and him might be able to do like a full series of games now. Because he would join in, and he would be clutched to a mission, and then he would just get disconnected. Fixed an issue with Illuminate dropships not taking direct damage during the Repel Invasion fleet missions. Okay. They did seem funky, but that's good to know. Current symbol for Saudi Riyal is now displayed correctly in the game shop. I don't consider Saudi Arabia a real place, but alright. Very funky. My buddy went over there, and he had stories. The oil rig reverse audio will no longer continuously play if the player attempts to reverse during oil extraction. Nice. I've seen it. I didn't consider it a huge issue, but I'm glad it's fixed. Fixed Helldivers going through the floor in the tutorial mission when diving near the barbed wires. Haven't had that happen, although I did have my worst PC crash throughout doing the tutorial mission while trying to farm content. We'll test that out again later. Fixed a rare soft lock in tutorial. That might be part of it. Helldiver is now killed when driving into drill holes during Nuke Nursery mission. You could survive that? Alright. Fixed an issue where Helldivers could enter a vehicle through the seat, even though the seat got claimed by someone else first. Yeah, Helldivers, please don't sit on each other's laps. We're supposed to be professionals here. Fix a controller vibration issue incorrectly when connecting or disconnecting controllers on PC. My controller doesn't vibrate. Cool. Fix miscellaneous threading issue in the audio system. That could mean anything, but I'm hoping... I did notice the audio wasn't directly in my ear when bots were miles away from me. Fixed minor texture clipping issue on the floor between HellPod launch on the ship. Nice. Fixed an issue where voice chat can sometimes change volume unexpectedly, particularly when entering caves. Not going to be a problem. If I'm talking to anyone, it's on Discord, because I don't need people saying insane stuff while I'm streaming. Optimizations. Optimize status effects. Cool. Optimize physics, enabling powered ragdolls when needed. Powered ragdolls. Wonder what that means. Optimize body physics, body handling for damage calculation. Optimize the automaton units and their NPCIs, changing them from particle effects to shaders. Nice. That's probably why my buddy Griff on his lower end gaming laptop is having a better performance. Cool. Appreciate it, because he's great to play with, and I'll make him more effective. Optimize AI behavior and analyzing and stripping out redundant code. Good. Reduce stuttering during drop-in sequence and mission in Hive worlds. Great. Improved audio I/O performance. Good. Snow distribution overall look has been reworked. We're gonna have to go look at some snow. Improved performance by tweaking LOD settings for characters. Don't know what that means. Great. Optimized asset distribution for several planet types. Good. Optimized scatter assets such as grass and various planet types. Alright, this is all good stuff. Optimized asset distribution in Hive worlds. Asset setup and geometry for use of high worlds and terminal caves. Alright, so less weird cave generation. Optimized status effects for particle systems while retaining visual feedback and fidelity. Cool. Automatons explosion sound effects. Great. Acid rain effects. Cool. Optimized dragon roach fire effects. Cool. Optimized various optimized fire system, including particles and other light optimization. Several shaders. Great. That's a lot of very, very good upgrades and updates and stuff that will be significant in the playability of Helldivers 2. As you all know, many people went to Battlefield 6. Some of my buddies bullied me into playing it, and it is fun. I'm not really a PvP guy, but I have my moments. I've been saving and clipping highlights, because occasionally I do very, very well. I do feel like light pen weapons, particularly when I was leveling up the Liberator on bots, and having to make those very important headshots, played a critical role in me being better at Battlefield 6. I want to throw that out there. That said, I'm looking forward to playing more Helldivers 2. I was having a lot of fun last night with my buddies. It was nice to play without all sorts of crashes and stuff. And they are all great, so... Unfortunately, I have work here in just a minute, but we do have time to run a mission. Do I want to run a mission? I don't think anyone's online right now. Yeah, look at that. Me, Shwenya, Mr. Doji joining right before I had to get off. And then Griff over here. We all dive together and not at all. Oh, there's also, this was new too. A new success measure. Gallantry beyond measure is now something other than just good job, excellent work, Helldiver, or honorable duty. Now we got gallantry beyond measure. I dig it. That's great. Alright, but yeah, I think I'm actually gonna go ahead. I got work in a wee bit, and I got a busy day ahead of me, but I should be on later tonight so we can get some good Helldivers 2 footage, and I've also got some more campaign for Battlefield 6 to do. Battlefield 6 being interesting because it's good. I like how they're going for the simulation and doing the faceless sort of like masked up goon approach. I love it. It's great. But there are a few small little problems bugging me anyway. Mostly with white light discipline and lasers and everything. Because you can blind people with the lights, but no one turns the light off. So you see the lights coming. It's very obvious where the people are. Instead of dun dun dun, pop pop pop. How you should do it. They're not doing that at all. You want very quick on off, move, reposition, on, identify target, target is threat, engage target, light off. because you want to be moving again. Because if you blind people enough, they're not going to shoot back at the light. It's a whole thing. It's a whole tactical thing. It doesn't affect the majority of you. The few people who are active duty and stuff, it does affect. But it was just a kind of a nitpick for me. But that's all I got for you guys right now. I would like to... Actually, you know what? We got time. We got time. I got to get ready for work, but we got time. I want to show you, at least real quick, how the Dynamite now blows up bug holes. It sounds silly, but it's important. It's very important. You're mostly just going to do patch notes. He's just going to do patch notes, man. Now look at me. Now look at me. We're doing a whole mission. Look what you've done. Are you happy? You pleased with yourselves? But yeah, we're going to keep an eye out. We're going to mostly be looking for issues, crashes. Oh, we already took the planet? Little stutter there. Little stutter. Nothing too crazy. Always been there. I did max out my Deadeye last night. Oh, it feels so good. Dopamine straight to my body. We got submachine guns. They said they worked on submachine guns. Let's bring it along. I'm going to bring you along. We're going to do a little bit of testing on you. We're not going to need the ultimatum. I do want to see if the Talon hits as hard. See, look. Splitting image, right? Talon. Las 58 Talon. It's practically the exact same. Crazy, right? Let's bring the Talon, yeah. Submachine gun Talon Dynamite. Look at it. 1,000 damage, which is only 3 bars. I don't know how that works. I feel like that would be a lot more. Outer radius, full fuse time 5. Heavy armor pen. Insane. You get 6 of these now. I like the scratches on it. Hey, Viva. Oh, but my arc grenade. Nah, Dynamite supremacy. I know it was just one person making a comment, but I thought it was funny. Planet liberated. All right. What do we got next? Everyone's on Garcrux. What's Hellmeyer these days? 4E Prime. Packed Bay. Oh, Sean. Ew, man, that planet, I swear. Oh, Hellmeyer's safe. That's nice. I don't want to go there. 4E Prime's fine. Let's get Garcrux. Invasion level 16. Again, invaded from 4E Prime. High resistance, not worth it. 47,000. We're just going to drop to a difficulty 3 because I do have to get to work. What's an easy mission? Retrieve data. That's a lot of water, though.
Let us secure the
Evacuate citizens. It's a lot of water, too. Is this a forest? It's got to be a nest. Oh, that's bugging. Look at that. Look at that bug out. Alright, you know what? We can do that. We can do that. We got time. Like a crux. Like a crux. DSS. DSS. Alright, let me see. We got 9,605 super credits. We are almost at 10,000. And we've max leveled a lot of guns. Drop me here because I want to look for treasure. I will treasure goblin all day, every day. Oh, give me airstrikes for bugs. The close bug holes easier. I was taking the stalwart with the Deadeye because I needed the extra bullets, but now I feel like we want something a bit more like a spear gun. Yeah, that should be a decent loadout. One of these days, I'll make my video on optimized loadouts for factions. I also gotta go to. I'm gonna put the Liberator in S tier for my primary weapon review. Lots of people will disagree, but like I said, I do think the Liberator is slept on. Because new shiny. Liberator's cool, but people see new shiny and they immediately abandon it. I just honestly think it's a shame. A tapestry, if you will. Oh, hello, bunker. Were you waiting for me? Did you want to give me 300 super credits? Yes, you did. Don't pretend you don't. Ah, dirty, dirty. Oh, that's not a river. That's a hill. There, I felt so lied to before. Spear gun. I wonder if they fixed the spear gun bug, where the spear would telekinetically float. Oh, one stack. Requisition. Oh, full of ammo. It's a POI. There's. Well, that's totally a POI, isn't it? Gotta be. Don't tell me it's not. It isn't? Impossible. There's one over here. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry, everyone. This is. Does my camo work here? Am I blending in right now? Hello.
Found something.
Dun 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 dun. Dun, dun. Look, at this point, it's a tradition. That's gotta be something. Like, by law, it's required to be something. I love those things. So cool. Nope, you're just geysers, huh? Alright, That's gonna be a pain to find anything, isn't it? Alright, well, let's just go. There's a building. We'll head that way. It'll be okay. You guys have a sentry. Ask me if I care. Yeah, I feel like the Talon still does good work. Good luck with your bug breach. I won't be there for it. Have fun though. Alright, get to this POI. Nope. Super credits, 10 more. One step closer.
Get some! Get some!
I like how he just telekinetically knows how well the sentry's doing. Where are they? I don't see them at all. Alright. That's fine.
Tagging map.
Alright, whatever. I'm not waiting for you. I ain't got all day. Actually, does Dynamite blow up the whole building now? I think it does. Let's find out. Are you curious? I'm curious.
Fire in the hole.
The entire building goes away? Yo. Best shot of all time. Oh, that was abysmal. Give me a new mag. Give me a new mag. Wash away the taste of failure. They did beep. Yeah, look at that. Look at it. Oh my god. They really did make the guns sway all over the place. Oh, that's wild for submachine guns. I guess it makes sense. There's a flamethrower.
Something here.
It's on the to-do list. All right. Anyway, you don't even need to.
Fire in the hole.
You don't even need to drop it in the bug hole no more. Check this out. Cool, right? He doesn't feel that much more durable. All right, stop though.
Mag's empty.
Hold on, I'm reloading. Sir, stop! Aw, yeah, look, don't even gotta dunk him in. Just close enough. It feels so good. Oh. It's so good. Alright, but check this out, though. Grab our extra grenades. Can't climb it! It's some BS if you ask me. Some BS. Climbing those was a tradition. tradition, a holy tradition amongst Helldivers. And you now wish to take that away from me? Hit him again! Alright, tree was in the way. Understandable. Don't even gotta dunk it in. It's gonna make me lazy. My throwing arm's gonna get lazy. The bulk fabricators do still need it, but oh, but the 50 demolition means it can blow up a Hive Lord nest. I did it yesterday. The Hive Lord bug hole can absolutely be destroyed via a dynamite. I threw it over the Hive Lord's head. Or not the Hive Lord, the Bile Titans. I threw the dynamite over the Bile Titan's head, and it fell on the Bile Titan bug hole, and it blew it up like the ultimatum. And I was like, yo, that is clutch. Alright, I'm here. Let me warp into it to save dynamite. There we go. Another flamethrower. You get out of here. I mean, we're not using the spear gun like at all. Oh yeah, 150. Should we use the flamethrower? We're gonna use the flamethrower.
There's something here.
Yoink, yoink.
Dropping a pin.
Let's go fix this little problem. He is tough.
Fire in the hole!
Y'all gonna learn today. Submachine gun ain't here to play no games. I see you trying to flank me. You ain't special. You ain't the chosen one. You think this is my first rodeo? My first rodeo? Don't be silly. That's good. I like that one. Now we actually need the gas spear and I don't have it. Okay, it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. Goodbye. There's only one more outpost. We'll bring the flamethrower. Bring some ammo for the flamethrower while we're at it too. Yoink.
Tagging map.
Set the ground on fire just in case they come through. Whoa, easy, easy. You're gonna burn alright. Come on, come on. Cook it, cook it, cook it. 3 seconds, toss. Kablowe! Clean. Clean. I love Dynamite, man. It's so good. It's so good. I thought it was a statue making that noise. How's my... We got a machine gun ready. Let's do it. Wait, where are they coming from? Hello. Get cooked. Oh, we went through a lot of fire. I mean, it worked, but we went through a lot of fire. That looks good. Spare warp pack we don't really need. Yeah, as long as we got stims coming in, we'll be fine. Go! Airstrike! Oh, they lied! Deception! Oh, way out there? Weird.
Throwing grenade!
That helps a little bit. It's playing the anthem and the oh my god music at the same time. You could hear it in the background barely.
You will never destroy our way of life!
Where'd he go? See, these are cool gravestones. Expired Helldiver. Here lies... Oh, I gotta read those.
How'd you like the taste of freedom?
Nuh-uh. No, you don't. You have those. See if the airstrike actually hits. It's probably hit the rock, ain't it? Disappointing. Alright. Alright, let's see. Let's take a quick gander here. We've got... Here lies some Arrowhead Advocate of Super Earth. Inspired Helldiver. Boot Stomping Bugs. Skull. Here lies... Killed Many Bugs. Based. See ya. Have fun. Good luck. Yup, that's for you. I guess the blast radius just isn't enough to take them all out. Get out of here.
Bug outpost spotted.
We got most of them.
My life for Super Earth!
Let's go. I think you can take out all three if you place it really, really well. POIs. Oh, there's another bug nest. Sneaky. Yeah, we could knock that out. What was that for? Oh, man. I'm going to be cutting it close for work, but don't you ever say I don't sacrifice for you guys. Is he alive? Surely not. You alive? Okay, good. Don't worry me like that. This is kind of what me and my my good buddy do on my downtime. Not blow up bugs. I mean, like, we'll go out into like the woods like this and just kind of like find stuff, wear helmets, be cool, set up a little set up tarps and woobies and stuff, and we'll build little bases, work on your field craft, you know, good skills to have. Good skills to have. Former bug nest. Just like in general. Find cool caves. Wear respirators. Watch out for gases. Oh, hello. I'm gonna set you on fire. Dude, it just shreds their face. If you know how to aim, this game is so much better. Oh, it's in threat range, alright, but so am I. You're gonna burn, alright. Die, monster. You don't belong in this world. I think that's enough fire damage.
Canister's empty.
Right when I was gonna give up. How deep is that? Oh, thank God. Okay. You should test the water with both feet, but you know.
Tagging map.
That's life sometimes. So these really aren't anything, huh? Alright. Alright. Whatever. Let's get up there. Kind of wish they'd make the jump pack recharge faster so it competes better with the hover pack and the warp pack. But you know, c'est la vie. I love using the warp pack for combat. People still say it's only for farming, and I say those people are silly. Yeah, hang out right there. Don't go nowhere. Have an airstrike too. Nice. Dude, the Knight feels really good. I think it's the 90 damage and the stupid rate of fire. Yeah, even with the damage fall off, look at it. Even with the damage fall off is insane. Not really made for this kind of combat, but you know, here we are. Any excuse to throw bullets. On fire again. These bombs went everywhere. Alright, spear gun, your time to shine. Flamethrower ain't gonna do much with this distance. Oh, there they are. Get them. That gun is shooting pretty far. How far is that? 80 meters. You're shooting up to 100 meters? That's crazy. Set that on fire too. Yeah, fire and gas. The double dot. Popped. Pop you too, fool. I'm gonna make it to work on time. I just gotta throw on pants. Yeah, burn. He's gonna burn. You can go there. Throw an airstrike that way for aesthetics. Decently clear from the landing zone. I didn't make my jump. Yay! I hit the tree. Now the tree's green. Alright. Let's go. See ya! Easy! On a side note, well, I got you guys here. I do have a few game series I need to play outside of just... I'm wanting to finish New Vegas and Crusader No Regret. Because when I finish New Vegas, I want to do Metro 2033 Redux, and then like the second game before moving on to Shadows of Chernobyl. Because I got some guitar songs to play for y'all. And with Crusader No Regret, or No Remorse... Yeah, No Remorse, No Regret. Once I finish that, I gotta pick the next retro series, which might be Classic Doom and Doom 2. Because I like those games. It'd be fun. It'd be a nice little thing to do, you know. Have some fun, hang out for a bit. And then, what was the other game I need to play after Metro? Oh yeah, Metal Gear Solid 3. I want to go through Metal Gear after the Slavaboo games are over. So yeah, just some fun, exciting stuff. But as you can see, Dynamite is now... I liked it before. Now it's even crazier. And the Knight did good work. But yeah, anyway, outside of all the weapon changes, it's important to remember 9,715 super credits. Was one of those 100? It must have been. But that's all I have for you guys today. Appreciate y'all stopping by. I can still see the torso desync from the ab section. Kind of discerning. Hopefully it gets fixed eventually. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Oh yeah, check it out before you go. Max Level Liberator. Oh, that's a lot of yellow. Max level coyote. Max level carbine. I love the carbine too. Look at that little red strip. Little red strip on the back to emphasize how hardcore it is. The Magpul. Little Magpul tab. Maxed out Deadeye. You're getting there. You two will get there soon. That'll be a minute. Obviously these two maxed out. This is like the crossbow's the first one I did. Everything else is gonna be a minute. But oh, it looks so good. The mighty rifle is signature level action, enabling single round reload. Powerful precision. Yeah, still 200. So this one doesn't seem to have the damage fall off of the other sidearms. Crisper still has 30 capacity. Yeah, a bit more sway. So yeah, these guys are mostly looking at, they look 225. I told you it wasn't listed. Instead of 200, it's 225 now. Hits a bit heavier. Our Mateba 2006. But as always, that's all I have for you guys today. I gotta swap that out back to the March. I'll do it later. Maxed out Liberator. But for now, cheers. Stay chivalrous. I gotta get to work. Catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.